Hello, Hotties.
I'm Positive Noodles.
And I'm xFlowmingo.
Welcome to Hot X Nudes.
If you're new here, this is where we drop some hot takes on gaming news, Reddit stories, and do our weekly FMKs.
Hi, guys. Lucky number
Hi.
13. Yeah,
Oh.
13's a lucky number in my family.
Yeah,
Be-
it is, right?
yeah, because my dad was born on Friday the 13th. My bonus brother was born on Friday the 13th. So, like, we have good luck on Friday the 13th. And also,
My mom was the 13th as well. I
really,
don't know if it was Friday. I don't know what day it was. I've never looked into that,
I'm
but
weird. I know what day everybody was born on.
yeah, no, I get that. I feel like I would be the same way. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just like looking into that stuff and I'm really good with dates. So
Yeah.
that's just how I am. So and I put everybody's birthdays in my calendars just in case I forget. Like I
Oh
have
yeah.
yours in mine and all that other
I do
stuff.
the same, mostly because like I don't know what day it is
Yeah.
ever.
That's the thing.
It's
Like,
not because I'm gonna forget the birthday. It's because I don't know what day we are
yeah.
on today.
I know the day of the week, but I don't know the date.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so bad about that.
I,
I forgot to call my
me
brother on
too.
his birthday. And I know that he was born
Yeah.
on a Tuesday. You know, like and
Yeah.
again, I felt
It's
bad.
like I know it. I'm
Yeah.
just, you know.
But yeah, 13's a lucky number, but I have bad luck on Thursday the 12th. I always have bad luck on Thursday the 12th.
Interesting.
I don't know, maybe the universe
That's
is or maybe I'm just aware of it, so I think everything's
maybe
bad
it
luck.
could be.
Yeah,
That's so
so how
funny.
are you doing, Flo?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Did you have
What about
any
you?
Easter plans?
Okay, so yeah, we usually have Easter with my mom's side of the family.
Nice.
However, we've been a little bit sicky this weekend, so
Oh
we didn't want to get
no.
anyone sick. We tested for COVID. It's not COVID, but like we don't want to get anyone sick
Yeah,
anyway, so we
I
didn't
wouldn't.
end up going.
Um,
But mom did bring me a ton of leftovers last night of food and stuff, so that was nice.
nice. I um
Yeah, what about you?
I went down to my parents and I got to see my bonus brother and my bonus nephew and sister. For
Very
anybody's
nice.
wondering, it's a family friend that I've known since I was 5, been in our lives a lot.
Yes.
And I always say bonus brother and bonus nephew because one time I said nephew and they're like, your brother had a kid. And I was like, no, 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 because I actually have a
No, no, no,
brother.
no, no.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. You know, I mean, he's been on vacation before. Who knows?
Oh God.
But yeah, he I got to see them, and it was actually just them. My siblings weren't able to make it, but I did see my sister later after she got off her shift. Chef shift. That's hard
Chef
to say.
shift.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So no, it was
Chef
good, and
shift.
we had good food.
Very
And just got to
nice.
hang out, and we helped my bonus nephew, who's almost 2. He'll be 2 in June, and he helped him with Easter egg hunt and everything like
So
that. And we
cute.
played with him. I read him a board book, and he was sitting on my lap, and I was dying. Um,
Oh.
it was How Do Tadpoles Turn into Frogs, and it was just
Oh
so
my
cute.
God. That sounds
Yeah,
cute.
it's by the guy
I
like I
love
was saying
that.
earlier off the pod off pod. It's
Oh
by the guy
God.
who did Hungry Hungry Caterpillar. It's like Eric Carl, I think. His
Yeah.
last name is Carl with an E at the end, so I don't know if it's
Oh.
Carly or whatever, but get at
Carlet.
me in
I
the
don't know.
comments. Go for it. So yeah. But that was
Very
really, really
nice.
nice. And
Oh, good.
yeah. It was such a nice day. At least where we were, it was such a nice
Yeah, it
day.
seemed nice here as well.
Yeah.
I'm so bummed. I had such a cute outfit I was gonna wear too.
Oh,
It's okay. I'm hoping maybe one of these days I'll be able to get together with my family,
yeah.
you know.
Make up for it. My mom gave me a bunch
Yeah.
of candy and all this other stuff and
Hell
food
yeah, my
like she
mom brought
always
me some stuff
does.
too. I've got like one of these like Reese's eggs, and they brought
Nice.
me a bunch of the white chocolate Reese's eggs, which are pretty good. Not as good as
Yeah.
these, but they're good.
I
She also brought me a ton of Ferrero Rochers because she knows
nice.
they're my favorite.
You can have a little treat when
Fantastic.
somebody redeems it.
Little treat. Yeah.
I My mom got me belly flops. I don't know if you know what that is. So
No.
Jelly Bellies
Oh,
like
yes.
jelly beans.
Like jelly
When
beans.
they have belly flops which you can buy. So if they don't look like a perfect jelly bean, they put them in a
They're like
bag.
Billy
Yeah, so
Bobs.
if they're like put together
That's
or
so
whatever.
funny.
And so
Yeah.
I was eating some of those this morning, and then I definitely had a little bit of a sugar like stomach ache at lunch, but
Ooh.
whatever, is worth it.
Salt. I also got sour worms, which I want to eat really bad. I should have
Nice.
gone get them.
So,
Hmm.
but it's good. It's good. She sent me home with like other
Ew.
food too, like chili and everything like that, because that's my mom.
Oh.
I
Oh
always,
yeah.
I always have an empty car when I
I
go and
came
visit
home with
her.
so much food when I went to your house.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody went
Do you
with
remember
so
that?
much food for my bridal shower.
So much food.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's just who my mom is. Like
Oh yeah. It's the
we
best.
used to say that we're IHOP. It's like come hungry, leave happy. So
Right.
so yeah. So you want to get into some gaming news?
Yeah, sounds good. Why
Uh,
don't you go first? Tell us
so
what you got.
I have this gaming news. It came out like maybe 2 weeks ago. But basically, it's about the FNAF movie, which is Five Nights at
Ooh.
Freddy's. So it's been in the works or like talked about for years, like before the pandemic, okay? And
Hmm.
they got pushed off for the pandemic, and it's definitely been kind of like waiting for it to come up and waiting to get any news. So a while back, we got news that it was going to be Blumhouse, the producers, which they've done a lot of different horror movies. Um, like Megan was a recent one that they did. They've done so many, I couldn't even list all of them. But they're a really good horror um like movie company, and they've also and I'll put this in another gaming thing. They're also actually going to start a gaming division and start making like video games, like horror video games.
Ooh.
And Dead by Daylight is going to be using them for their Dead by Daylight movie. So, a little extra news for you, which I'm a little like
Bonus news.
curious to see how that Dead by Daylight movie would be, because like everybody has like backstories, but I'm like, how are you gonna do a movie like?
Well, yeah, I mean that could be really interesting. I suppose it's kind of like how like Arcane, like that show has like nothing to do with the game pretty
Yeah,
much.
I
It's
wonder.
characters from the game, but it's not like, you know.
I wonder if they're gonna have to do a
I don't
thing where
know.
they're like trapped with a killer and like have to boot up generators. Like I don't know, but there's the whole thing with the entity, which is this like mystical part, like the thing when you get
Yes.
hooked like pulls you up.
Yes.
So I don't know.
It would be interesting to see that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm
I want to
intrigued. We'll
definitely
keep an
see
eye on
that.
that.
They haven't released any information outside of that. But so Blumhouse, they did Megan recently. Um
Mm-hmm.
and so they took over production cuz this project dated back to 2015. They like were trying to do this since 2015. Warner Brothers was trying to do it, and then um they it was supposed to be directed by Gil Keegan, and then Blumhouse picked it up, and now it's getting directed by Emma Tammy. I think it might be Tammy. It's Tammi, so I don't know if it's Tammy or
Oh, okay.
Tammy or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so they have announced a release date. The article will be in the show notes. Is from Polygon, which is actually one of my favorite um, gaming websites to get news and also walkthroughs. I like their walkthroughs.
Ooh, okay.
So Blumhouse is doing it. It's going to be released Friday, October 27th of this year, which is like I think the Friday for like Thursday or Friday for Halloween type thing.
Yes.
So, the Instagram thing, which is in the article, is can you survive 5 nights? The terrifying horror game phenomenon becomes a blood chilling cinematic event. Uh, the Blumhouse has done Megan, The Black Phone, The Invisible Man. Um, and the film follows a troubled security guard as he begins work at Five Nights at Freddy's. While spending his first night on the job, he realized the night shift at Freddy's won't be so easy to make through. So the security guard, which again, there's so much lore to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
And I've only played the first ever game like one night because I was like, nope, this is too much for me. I hate this.
It was really scary, that
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah. So,
I only watched like playthroughs.
yeah,
I've never played it.
I've played Security
Which is good.
Breach, which we talked about on the podcast before because it had so many bugs and whatever, and I never finished it. Like, it was so bad. But, like, the story was good and the lore was good, and there was so many, like,
Yes.
hidden secrets. And I watched playthroughs and I watched the game theory, like, theories and everything and all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, like, so much about this lore and, like, all the different books, and it's so, like, so in depth. So there's different names for different people, but it kind of gets confusing, and like the books get confusing, and like canon and what's not canon, whatever. But the security guard is Josh Hutcherson, which is the guy who played PETA in Hunger Games.
Yeah.
He's also played Ultraman or whatever. He's been in a good amount of stuff. Was he Bridge to Terabithia as well? I think he was the guy in Bridge to Terabithia as well.
So I don't remember.
Sahara, which was like the Jumanji but like space theme, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But Josh Hutcherson, very well known for the PETA franchise, for the Hunger Games franchise. He's playing that. Matthew Lillard, who is he played in Scream, so one of like the popular thing, but I know him as Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo live action movies.
Okay, that's who I thought it was. I didn't know the name for sure, but I was like, that's
Shaggy. And he was in Scream.
Yes.
I won't spoil it, even though it's a
Well, I see a lot of gifs of him and Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah.
From that.
Yeah.
And they're super hot.
It's an old movie. I'm sorry. Spoilers if you want to skip through. He was Ghostface. There was two people that were Ghostface, and he was one of them, and he did such a good job. I'm so sorry if people are upset about that. It's from the fucking 90s, okay?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
And it was like one of the self-aware ones, but there's a bunch of people in it. I won't go into all the different people, but I'm really excited. So Five Nights at Freddy's is produced by Jason Blum, the Blumhouse, and Scott Cawthon, which we'll go into that a little bit in a little minute. The film executive producers, I won't go into that, but the people creating the animatronics is the Jim Henson Creature Shop, which, if you guys don't know, is the Muppets. And it's like Jim Henson Productions. They call it the Creature Shop. So they've done so much for Star Wars. Like even the sequels, they did all these animatronics. Like they are one of the people that make these amazing animatronics and puppets and whatever. And like technically, I don't know where the line is where it's like, are they Muppets or whatever? It feels like very Disney Princess official thing. It's like you have to like, what's a Muppet, what's not. So like Sesame Street, the Muppets, like this and that. So they're creating it. They worked on the originals and the sequels. I think they worked a little bit on the prequels, but the prequels relied a lot more on CGI.
Yes.
So I don't think they made anything for that. But like Jim Henson's created Yoda. I'll double check that, but that's what I know. Now I'm like paranoid. Isn't it Frank Oz? I'm looking it up. Frank Oz is the voice of, who voices Yoda? I fucking love Yoda in the originals. He's so fucking funny. He's just so, Frank Oz. Okay. Whew. Who's also the voice of Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Animal, Sam the Eagle, Cookie Monster, Bert, and Grover. Like, this guy, he also puppeteered it. So he's not only the voice, he does puppeteering. And he's like one of the main people that have worked on with Jim Henson. Hilarious. So sorry, I know so much about the Muppets. I grew up with the Muppets. I didn't have cable until I was 10 years old. So my mom had a lot of my parents had a lot of VHSs and DVDs that were like old shows like the Looney Tunes, and the Muppet Show, the old Muppet Show, and we watch all the Muppet movies. And I did watch Muppet Babies at one point, but I didn't like that as much.
Mm.
But my favorite Muppet Show, this is such a side tangent. My favorite Muppet Show episode is when Mark Hamill comes on, and he's so
Oh,
young, and they know like they could work with Mark Hamill. It was all like a celebrity came on each episode.
yes.
Like Steve Martin, Carol Burnett, like all this stuff. So Mark Hamill comes on, and this whole episode, they're like, "Oh, Mark Hamill," and he goes, "I'm not Mark Hamill. Who the hell is Mark Hamill?" And he's like pretending like he's not Mark Hamill or like he's his cousin or whatever, and it's
Yes.
just so silly. It makes me so happy. But I'm really excited to see that because I was worried they were going to rely so much on CGI.
Hmm.
And I know there's amazing CGI out there. Do not get me wrong, but I am a huge lover of visual effects, like with makeup and everything like that. Like I think they can be a lot better,
Hmm.
in my opinion. But you know, it's like I know there's great things out there, and they might use CGI to a point on the animatronics to maybe help with different things. But I'm really, really excited. Um, so I'm really excited. It's going to be great. Some people have already, um, like seen, they were like taking videos because they made like an old Chuck E. Cheese or something like that as like the set, and they like
My
put the sign up,
God.
and people were driving by and they're like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And
That's so
I'm going
cool.
to see it in theaters. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I love the lore. I think it's gonna be great. And Josh Hutcherson, I had a huge crush on him for a while. Now I'm just like,
I
it's
forgot
another
about
white
him.
boy. Well, like Hunger Games is having a weird resurgence on
It is on
TikTok.
TikTok.
And like
Yeah.
so many people are reacting to like a certain scene. I won't spoil it or whatever, how like PETA becomes very like badass and whatever. And it's just,
Okay.
it makes me laugh. I read all the books.
I
I
did not. I don't
really,
think I've even watched all the movies.
oh really?
Yeah,
I
I never got into that.
I loved, I got into it late. I read them in college. I loved the books. Um, I read them freshman year of college, and I really, really loved them. It was one of
Yeah.
my favorite series for a while. It's probably my favorite YA series.
Hmm.
Um, because I know they joke around about like Team Katniss and Team, or like Team PETA and Team Gale, and I have all these different like opinions and theories, and maybe we'll go into a hot take about that another day. But I think they focused in the last book kind of more Team Katniss and all this shit that she's been dragged through and like
Yeah.
whatever. And I love it. I love it. And it makes me laugh. All the things that Liam Hemsworth is kind of getting hated on right now because if you're not Team
Yeah.
Gale, then you're probably loving it. So anyway,
Yeah.
really, really happy to see that and finally get news again. 2015 is when it was first announced that they're going to make a movie.
That's crazy.
It's just crazy to me too how much FNAF has grown. Like I remember when the first came out, it was an indie game, okay?
Yeah.
And now you can get toys in Walmart. There's all these books, there's all these things
Yeah, my
like
friend has two sons and they're like obsessed with like the Five Nights
yeah.
at Freddy's stuff. She's like they're like really young, so like they're not allowed to play the game
Yeah.
or anything yet. But like they love the characters. They think they're so like funny and
Yeah.
hilarious.
And
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
it's huge. And it's crazy how
It's
fast it
huge.
grown. I
Yes.
did want to address one thing. So Scott Cawthon is the creator of FNAF. Again, he built it up from indie. The most recent game is one of the games he did not work on, or he did
Hmm.
work on, but it was done with a production company because it was just him. Like he had voice actors and stuff, but it was just him creating the other games.
Yeah.
Um, and the recent one, Security Breach, was Steel Wool Productions, so they kind of took over the most of it, but like he wrote the story and he put all this lore into it, like really put all this lore into it.
Hmm.
So he has recently, I don't want to say been exposed, but there was people found out that he donated to the Trump campaign and has always kind of donated to
Oh.
Republicans that have kind of like, how do I, that I've always been kind of against the queer community and stuff like that. And he's never really addressed it that I know of, but he has said, like, yes, I donate to the politicians I align most with. So that has been a big thing, and it kind of really sucks for all these people that are huge into FNAF and the queer community and like fan art of this and that and like lore
Yeah.
that they build and fanfics. And I will never read of Five Nights at Freddy fanfics. I'm sorry, do what you want, but I don't need to read about Bonnie being with Chica. But I know that has bothered a lot of people. I know he's a lot less kind of part of the productions. And I feel bad, but there's no way to control what he does with his own money. And I know in a way you can, because like, don't support him by buying the games and stuff like that. But Steel Wool has come out to say we donated money to queer charities, and they didn't say, but they actually donated as much as he's donated to Republicans.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. So I know that some people aren't happy about the movie. I'm personally excited because I know he's a lot more pulled back from it. But we'll see how it goes. But apparently he's not that nice at conventions either. I don't know. Which he used to be such a humble guy apparently, and now it's just, I don't know. Fame, whatever.
It does happen.
So yeah, that's the FNAF movie and stuff like that. But obviously, like, that's something I just wanted to address with the whole Scott Cawthon thing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
All right, Flo.
Before I get into mine, real quick, for some reason, this just reminded me all weekend because of Easter. I was seeing, I think it was the Twitch Instagram page. They were posting like these things of like, you know, Zipper from Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But they made it look like it was like a horror movie.
Oh my god.
Like jump scare things.
Oh
and I was
my
like,
god.
This is fucking hilarious because like everyone is like, oh my god, Zipper's so scary.
Do you know there's lore behind that too?
I know you brought it up before, and, like, because I never played Animal Crossing, not a lot of it like stuck, I guess, but I do remember.
Yeah, Game Theory did a thing where they think it's your dad, the character's dad, because the mom always sends you letters and whatever. So yeah, apparently it's like your dad. I don't know. They never confirmed it, but honestly, I fucking hate Zipper. I hate Egg Day and like all.
Yeah, the whole idea of Zipper just looks very scary to me.
Yeah, because he has a zipper.
And I just thought
in the
that was
bag.
hilarious that they were all
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, there's also some cursed Animal Crossing characters and stuff too. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Flo, what about yours? I'm excited to hear yours.
So mine's not necessarily gaming news. However, it's a little.
It's nerdy news.
It's fandom nerdy news. It's fine.
That's this podcast.
Exactly. So, and you mentioned Star Wars earlier. So you know what? I think it's only fair.
Yeah. I could talk about
Star Wars Celebration 2023. So you know this. I don't know if the pod knows this. I'm very new to Star Wars. I only started with Mando, like when Mando season 1 came out. Obviously, that spiraled out of control. And then I got into like the sequels, and then I got into
and fanfics. What?
And fanfics, which we don't have to talk about.
You know Allie Hazelwood, who? It's Love Hypothesis.
Kylo.
Sorry.
Anyways, no, you're good.
Raylo.
Yeah, so Raylo. But yeah, so I've got some Star Wars news. This weekend was the Star Wars Celebration
in London,
2023 in London. Oh, is that where it was in London? Okay,
it's
so
always
I didn't
in
know
London.
This was the thing. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. But I guess they had like a ton of like announcements, and you know, I'm not going to talk about every single thing because there is like a lot.
So much. The article will be in the show notes.
The article will be in the show notes. I'm just going to touch upon things that I'm the most interested in. So there are 3 live action movies that are going to be happening, that are already starting to be in production. One is by Dave Filoni. That one's going to be focusing on the New Republic. There's one by Charmin. I'm going to butcher this name, and I'm so sorry. Charmin Obaid Chinoy. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that. Again, it's in the article, so that will be in the show notes. This one's going to be taking place after the rise of Skywalker, and Daisy Ridley is officially going to be in it as Rey.
I am so fucking excited.
Me too, because I love Daisy Ridley. I love Rey as a character.
I don't mind the sequels.
Hot take, I love the sequels.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because those are like the first ones I like watched that like made it so that I was like,
I love
and I know there's a lot of problematic stuff with it. Oh yeah. Too. Okay, I get it. But the stories of them, I think I don't know. I just like them.
I think the thing that fucked it up so much is it was J.J. Abrams for the first one, and then it was Rian Johnson for the second one. And it just, there was a lot of retconning and stuff like that. Yeah. I didn't mind them. I went into them.
Yeah.
It's just a quick side hot take. This is what it is. Hot nudes, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I went into them thinking about how my mom went into the Star Wars movies. It was supposed to be a B movie. It was like not well-known actors. Like, trust me, that like, what's his name? Holy shit, Han Solo. Oh my god.
Oh Jesus Christ. Why can't I think of
Oh my god. This is the pressure of a pod pressure.
This is what happens.
Pod racers. Just kidding. Harrison Ford. God, that was gonna bother
Harrison
me.
Ford.
He was in a couple things before. Same thing. Like they were in small things. So they were all and like Carrie Fisher only did it because she didn't think it was going to go anywhere because she didn't want to be in acting because her mom was in acting and all that stuff. So for me,
which is really tragic when you think about the rest of her.
She's happy where her life went. She had a lot of different things. I read her book, The Princess Diarist, which she talks about her time on the Star Wars films. And also she kept diaries during that, and she'll actually, for the audiobook, her daughter reads them and like reads them out. And so it's really cool. But like it was supposed to be a B movie. Nobody was expecting it to be big. They didn't think it was going to be big. Like this is something that made careers, right?
Yes.
And so like everybody
we know every single one of those people.
Yeah. Like
their household names.
The only person that believed in George Lucas at the time was Steven Spielberg. Mm-hmm. He was the only one. Everybody else told him it was like such a bad thing to do. So I just kind of went into the sequels with that. I know a lot of people like didn't like the first one because it felt like a rehash, and then the second one was like so like discombobulated, whatever. The last one, the only thing I hate about it is the thing you love about it.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. I respect that.
So I won't spoil it or whatever.
So personally, I'm fine with like, because like Star Wars movies, I guess they kind of are, but like the romance isn't like the biggest part of it. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. And I'm fine with those things staying as fan fiction.
My biggest thing,
like if they completely didn't put that in, I wouldn't have been offended.
Yeah. My biggest thing that I loved is John Williams worked on it. Lin-Manuel Miranda rewrote some of the Cantina songs. But
oh my god,
if you didn't know, Leia, Harrison Ford, or Leia, Han Solo, and Luke all have themes. Songs, basically. And then there's also a Han and Leia theme song, and they kept those. And Rey has a theme song. And then Mark Hamill's like, where's my theme song? And he's like, it's the Star Wars theme. That's your theme song. He's like, oh shit! Like, hell yeah. So yeah, but like, I'm glad that they kept that in. But I like the sequels. I also, again, I just kind of go into movies not expecting a masterpiece.
Too. Like, I'm not... Yeah.
It's fun.
I'm also just like not like a purist as far as like things being like true to what they were intended originally.
You know what?
Like, this is maybe a big franchise, but like they're all just individual movies. I'm just here to like enjoy it.
I know people wouldn't
it's not that serious.
think that's my opinion because I don't like the prequels that much.
Okay.
And so it feels so like, oh, you should go into the fun. I didn't like the prequels so much, but I don't think it was
fair.
anybody's fault in a sense. I think my favorite
I think
analogy.
the prequels are a little messy.
Yeah. There is an edit that somebody did that, like, they edited all 3 movies to, like, make more cohesive sense, and it looks it's so much better. It's so much better. But the memes from it, best memes. But I will.
Oh, yeah. I completely agree.
I will say, like, this is my favorite analogy, and I just want to show off. So, the originals, I think why a lot of people didn't like the prequels, the originals were like microeconomics. It was focused on this small story and everything. I think I've told you this before.
Yes.
And
this
then
makes sense.
The prequels was macroeconomics. It was world building. It was the Senate. It was this.
Yes.
And it was focusing on this huge, bigger picture. And so I think some people were so upset because you lost, like, that charm of this, like, I was an economics minor, and I loved it, and people hated macroeconomics, but I kind of loved it. Yeah, and it's common. I loved economics. I could go, but like, so I felt like it was just so, I don't know, I felt like that's why a lot of people disconnect, but I gotta find out, we'll talk about next episode, but I need to find the like name of that edit of the first 3 or 1 through 3. So the memes, Obi-Wan Kenobi was the best thing about the prequels, in my opinion. Ewan McGregor was the best thing about the prequels.
We've discussed this, Daddy One Kenobi.
And you know what? Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, even though I don't like Natalie Portman, they did their best. They did. Anyway, sorry. Go on. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Hot takes. I just wanted to give my hot takes.
You should, as you should. That's the whole point of this. But yeah, so those are the 2, the Dave Filoni and the other person that I wish I knew how to pronounce the name. I've never heard it out loud before, so it's one of those things. And then James Mangold is the 3rd movie, and it's going to take place on the Dawn of the Jedi. So, like, early in the timeline.
I haven't seen all the news. I am fucking excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
Okay. I don't know anything about any of these people.
He did
the only
Logan.
one I know, like, regularly is Dave Filoni. Yes. Yeah. And the upcoming Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny also.
Logan is it's my favorite X-Men movie.
Oh.
Favorite. Okay. Amazing work of art. And I'm glad that they did it before Disney got bought out by it, because I think Disney does okay, but they would have never done that. Sorry. Yeah. I just, when you said that, I was like, please. Oh, I know. I should have a sorry jar. I would have like a vacation fund. But yeah. Oh, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Dave Filoni too. Dave Filoni is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see, is that so the second person you mentioned, is that a woman? Do you know?
Because
some of the best Star Wars movies were directed by women, in my opinion.
I do not see, it does not use pronouns at all, so I'm not sure.
But yeah, that would be good. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Well, it's the Academy Award and Emmy Award winning director behind Ms. Marvel.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So I wasn't sure. I don't pay attention to directors.
I mean, I don't know what pronouns they use, but I believe it was she, her, but we can double check into that. But anyway, sorry, continue.
Okay. Oh, I think it is, because sorry, I'm looking at the article, and I think this might be a picture of the 3 of them here, and one of them is a woman.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Very cool. Anyways, so the next little thing, again, I'm not going to go into every single thing, but I am going to go into quite a few things. Ahsoka, we have not a date, but August 2023 is the expected time for the Ahsoka Disney Plus series to come out. And it's already been hinted at a 2nd season happening.
I am so excited.
The trailer is out. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it yet, because I think I'll get too excited. Rosario Dawson, who's the person that's playing Ahsoka, and I'll say has appeared as Ahsoka live action before.
Yes.
I love her. She was in the Marvel Daredevil series, actually in all of the like Netflix Marvel shows.
Yes.
And just an amazing woman, and she narrated a book, an audiobook, and I loved her voice in it. So that's all I gotta say.
Ooh,
It was
I love that.
shit. It was the guy who wrote The Martian, his other book. Based on
Artemis.
the moon. Artemis, yeah. So, but she did a great job. I'm excited. And Ewan McGregor's wife is going to be in it.
Oh, that's so exciting.
It's the woman that did Ramona Flowers. I believe, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay. So also that's getting a movie. That's getting an animated movie. Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim. Oh! And it's all the same voice actors.
Oh, that's cute.
I think it's an anime and it's getting all the same voice actors. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, okay, so Andor season 2.
Yeah.
Planned for August 2024, which is so fucking excited. I loved Andor so much.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard amazing things.
It's really fucking good.
I love, oh shit, what's his name? The actors. Yeah, the actor.
Diego Luna.
Yes, he's great.
He's fantastic. He's in Narcos as well. He's another one that, oh my God, amazing. He's really hot too, but besides the point. You know. Another thing, this I did not hear of before until now. Star Wars: The Acolyte. It's a Disney Plus series coming out. It takes place at the end of the High Republic.
Ooh.
And it's going to be expected in 2024, and it's been quoted here. I don't remember by who, but again, I'll share the article in the show notes. That it's going to be like Frozen meets Kill Bill. And I'm like, huh?
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm intrigued. I don't know. So they were talking about Kill Bill as far as like a martial arts film.
Is that what okay, I won't.
I don't know. Frozen meets Kill Bill. Let me see. Near the beginning of the prequels, an exciting part of the timeline. This is where the bad guys are outnumbered. They are the underdogs. I'm really excited for you guys to see things you haven't seen in live action yet.
I wouldn't describe, I guess I would describe Kill Bill as a martial arts movie, but I feel like there's so many different other elements to it that in my head I'm like,
oh yeah.
Okay, interesting.
What's throwing me off is the part frozen. What the fuck could be part frozen?
Maybe sisterly love and
maybe there's like
magical,
some kind of,
whatever. By the way.
Oh yeah. So much of it was about the sister relationship. So much about the villain actually being a powerful, misunderstood woman.
Ooh, mood.
I'm intrigued. I like this.
I'm in my villain era.
In my villain era, as you
basically me just not being a people pleaser. Also, Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is the woman that is going to be playing, is going to be in Ahsoka and played Ramona Flowers. They got married in April 2022, just like me.
Oh my God!
So I don't know when they got married, but
that's cute.
They I wonder if they have the same anniversary.
That would be crazy.
But they dated for 5 years beforehand, so sorry, I looked that up because I wanted to double check.
No, I love that.
But they might have their anniversry. It'll be their first year anniversary this year, which is mine, which is crazy. That's happening soon. Crazy. Anyway.
Ooh. 2 more little points.
Yep.
This one's vague, but Lando Calrissian series is still happening, allegedly.
Is it going to be early, or you don't know if it's going to be like, I don't know. Donald
it literally
Glover
doesn't say anything. Okay. I'm assuming it is, but I don't know for sure. It doesn't say.
I mean, fair.
It does not say.
Lando.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Revealed that the Long Dormant show, probably starring Donald Glover, is still happening, though didn't share much as to when we might see more.
Gotcha.
And then there's another vague one. Oh, go ahead.
They did come out. The guy who plays the older Lando. God.
I don't know his name.
Reading Rainbow. Isn't he Reading Rainbow? It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
He did come out to say that Lando is pansexual because he's like, how can he not when there's aliens? It's like, also makes sense. He's like a suave dude. So I just wanted to say that.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Anyway.
And the last little still vague thing is that Taika Waititi is still working on a Star Wars film.
Yes.
He's mostly working on it, like working on the script by himself.
Yep.
And has not brought others into the process yet, but it's still happening. And I'm excited because I fucking love Taika.
Wow.
I love Taika. So
I love him so much.
I'm excited.
I think he's an amazing actor and amazing director.
Me too. I love when he pops into the things he does, because like he's in Mando. He's that droid. I don't remember his name from the first season. The one that walks like a person.
Oh,
like a humanoid droid.
Oh,
yeah. It's Taika.
Okay. Also, I can't find what date they got married because I want to know if they have the same anniversary. Anyway, it's April 2022. Doesn't matter.
There you go.
So that basically means
that's all the news.
I'm married to Ewan McGregor, right? No?
Yeah. Right? By the transitive
Daddy
property.
Kenobi.
Daddy Kenobi. Oh my god, I love it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's all I've got for the Star Wars news. There is a ton more news in that article, so if you want to check out that article, it's in the show notes.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm new into the Star Wars. I'm excited about everything always.
I wonder,
because, I think it's fun.
Yeah, I wonder if they have talked about the game they're doing that's basically Star Wars, but like Detroit Become Human and you like decision-based stuff. So I'll have to look into that because I would be really excited to play that.
Yeah.
I need to play the Fallen Order stuff. I played Knights of the Old Republic. I forget which one. I'll have to ask my brother. So also, okay, side note, I'm so sorry. I know.
Yeah. Don't be.
It's a personal thing, but also if you watch me on stream before, I did a 3D printed stream where I painted stuff and I 3D printed a brain slug and painted it from Futurama, and I gave it to my brother as a birthday present because we loved Futurama. And I just wanted to say, I texted him. Flo was there when I gave it to him. I texted him. He liked it. He was smiling.
He's so cute.
He is. I love him. And he saw it. I texted him like, "Hey, has the brain slug bled you dry?" And he goes, "No, but annoying people on Easter has," because he works at a restaurant. He said like, pompous people on Easter has," and I was like, fair. Put it on their brain. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into Powered.
All right, Powered.
So
okay,
playing, watching, reading, drinking. I have been playing Valorant. I was literally solo queuing before.
You've been playing solo, and I'm like, oh.
I was playing with Eric. I was playing with Eric before. Which was funny.
And I do want to play with you.
Yes.
Timing is always terrible.
But also the other night I was up late playing games, but I was playing, and we'll talk about this in a second. I was playing Sons of the Forest, and I was like, it's midnight. I should go to bed. Literally Saturday night. And I was like, Flo's probably playing. Yeah, exactly. In the morning. Exactly. So you know how I said I would never solo queue? I was solo queuing because I actually don't mind comms in Spike Rush. If I have to turn them off, I turn them off.
Spike Rush is usually just goofy vibes.
And I feel like, and I might be wrong, I feel like there's a lot more women in Spike Rush. Yeah, or women who will talk.
Maybe that's like, not coincidence.
But. Yeah, but I am still really bad at aim, still learning. I learned something today, but I was doing comms and whatever and talking, and I had really good crowds except one. And it was really, really good. And I feel a little bit better. I was discouraged after one of them because I really was doing bad. There were some games I got 0 kills. But there was one game I got 2 kills, and it was through a smoke. I didn't even know where they were. I saw their head for a second, and I started shooting.
Good.
I have to.
Anyways, it started blasting.
It started blasting. So there was one that I was like, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm new," and they're like, it was this lovely lady, and she was so sweet. And then they taught me that when you shoot, you should probably walk or crouch because you'll get better aim. And I'm like, it's easier to aim if you're crouching or walk. They said shift, but I'm guessing it's walking because they're like, if you're like running, it's harder for aim. So I noticed that a lot of people were crouching when they were shooting.
The crouching helps So I don't know for sure, but the crouching I find helps prevent people from shooting you because they're all
Yeah.
aiming at head level.
Yeah.
So if they're shooting above you.
But it was like they were so sweet. And at
Oh,
the end,
that's cute.
this girl for the last round gave me her skin. She's like, take it. I was like, no, 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 it's okay. She's like, take
Oh,
it. And I'm like, I love you. It was so sweet.
so nice.
And then there was somebody named Give Me Your Nugs. And I typed to them. It was on the other side. And I was like, I don't have nugs, but can I give you ramen? And he was like, no. This is not a request. No. But everybody was so good. And no, it was fun. I was playing Valorant. I'm learning still. It was funny because
yes,
my husband, at least for right now, mains Sova, and I was instinctively following the Sova whenever I was in game or the Reyna. And because you're Reyna, so
I'm Reyna.
But the really sweet lady was like was a sage, and she resurrected me. And I got a kill when I resurrected, but got down and we lost. And I was like, you wasted it. And she's like, I would never waste it on you. And I'm like, so I've been doing that, but I want to play like with more friends. But I had time this morning. And I was like, I'll solo queue. Nice. It'll be good.
Yeah, just for funsies.
And then I have been playing Sons of the Forest. I actually beat the game. And it's early access. So they added something recently with the most recent update was about 4, maybe more days ago. I was playing co-op with my friends, so it's a lot easier to beat the game because you have friends. Technically, we got the ending called Fight Demons, which we stayed on the island, but we didn't know that was the ending that you could get because it was like, hey, go on this helicopter. Spoilers. But the whole point of the game is getting off the island. It's like, go in this helicopter, and then your pack, like your inventory and everything was by you. So I was like, oh, I'll pick it up and go. But if you pick it up, the helicopter leaves. And I was like, oh, lame. What? Really, really liked it. It was really good. So the 3 things, it's fight demons if you stay and fought demons if you leave. Okay. Really, really good. I think it's great. There's still a little bit of bugs, but they were fun bugs. Whatever. It's early access, so like, I would love to see when they add more. I don't know if I'll continue. We might redo the ending to see if we can. It was a hard boss battle, but it was a lot of fun. And I didn't explore the whole lore because you like get the lore through emails and printouts and whatever, and I think I'll explore that. And the ending was a little confusing, so I definitely want to research that more because I was also like 12:30 at night and I was like, I don't understand this. Right. But really, really good. Had a lot of fun. And yeah, it was great. So played that, and that's really all I've been playing. And watching. We were watching New Girl for a little bit. And we started watching Love is Blind season 4. So my husband started watching Love is Blind for season 2. And then we've even watched The Ultimatum, which I don't recommend. That's a really toxic show, not my favorite. It's by the same people. It's The Ultimatum is that couples come on. One of them has the ultimatum of propose or I go. The other one like doesn't want to propose yet. And they have to date other people. They pick other partners. And for 4 weeks, they date another person from a different couple. And then they have to do 4 weeks with their original partner. And at the end, they have to have an ultimatum. It is really weird. I do not like it. That's weird. It's so weird. I wanted to give it a try. Didn't like it. But Love is Blind. Watching it. Season 4. Haven't finished it, but it was a lot of fun. But we can't watch New Girl until the 17th because they took it off Hulu on April 9th and they're off Netflix, and they're bringing it to Hulu and Peacock on April 17th.
That's good.
And I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember what episode we were on, so we're gonna have to look at the titles again. But I'm excited for that, and we have to catch up on some shows, but that's what I've been watching. Nice. Reading, I've been listening to the audiobook of House on the Cerulean Sea. I'm on chapter 3. Really like it so far. Nice. I need, like, to clean with my headphones in so I can listen to it more.
That's smart.
I decided to switch to audiobook, even though I did buy the ebook. And sometimes I do listen to the audiobook while looking at the ebook. That's something I've done since I was young because I am dyslexic.
Yeah.
But I have decided to listen to the audiobook because I am getting into the busier season at work. So it's easier for me to have that access. So once I finish that, we'll get the book club date started. So in drinking, I am drinking a weird combination, but I want to try it and it's good. It's limoncello and ginger ale. It's good.
I don't see that being weird. They sell ginger ale with lemon in it.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. That sounds
it's
nice.
because I was out of lemonade, so
it works.
Yeah. Anyway,
it works.
That's what I'm doing. What's your powered?
So powered. Okay. Playing last week. I don't remember if I even mentioned this at all. Exeus. We love Exeus.
Yeah.
Gifted me the game Gris. And so I played that on stream this week.
We talked about how you were going to play it on stream.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't remember. So yeah, I played Gris. It was so fucking good. It was like just like a visual experience and like the music and the everything. It was like the whole time I was like, oh my God, I have chills right now because like the music and the way everything just like looked was just so amazing. And the story behind it.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Chef's
like
kiss.
I didn't, it's absolutely incredible. It's a very like deep, like profound, like thinker. Again, same vibe. So like not the same vibe at all as Night in the Woods, but like the same like energy, I guess, where it's like it's cute, it looks good, it sounds good, and it's like profound thinking, even though it's like such a simple game.
It reminds me of Arise, which is a game I played on my Switch where it's like that Viking that's going through all the different stages of their life. It feels like that vibe in the sense of like exploring.
Yeah, and it's like a little bit, it's like a puzzle platformer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very, oh my God, beautiful. I recommend it. It took me 2 streams to do it, so I think I got through it in like 6 hours roughly. I think that's about the time they estimate. They estimate like 4 or so hours, and because like I'm streaming and like chatting and stuff, like 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah,
is how long I took.
I will say, I think it's on all platforms. That's all I wanted to say.
I know it's on Switch, and I have it on Steam, so I don't know about anything else. I think I also saw that it was on PlayStation as well.
Yeah, I believe it's on all platforms, if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah, I highly recommend that to anyone. Otherwise, I've also been playing Valorant. I've finally gotten back into Valorant. I played on stream Friday, I think, right? I think.
Yeah, we played together.
And then I played. Oh, yes. Oh my God.
We played on stream together.
You're right. We did play on stream together. I forgot. Like, I thought that was like a VC, but you're right.
We had somebody that, they came into comms and they're like, "Donde está?" And I was like, or "Cómo estás?" And I was like,
"Yes."
Oh, like, muy bien, y tú. And he goes, "I didn't think I was gonna get this far." And then we were talking about different languages and stuff.
Yeah,
so it was
that's
fun.
right.
Was
I forgot about
cute.
that. Yeah, it was cute. Yeah, that's right. That was fun. And I played a little bit this weekend as well. But yeah, that's it. Nothing too crazy. I'm hoping that this week I can start The Last of Us on stream.
I haven't looked at the patch notes yet.
So I think allegedly the patch has like fixed a lot of the issues.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can try it out. Maybe I'll pop on and do like a test stream or something and just start the game. I don't know.
There was people on Steam Deck that it took 2 hours to load the shaders. Yeah.
Oh shit. All right.
I hope it gets better, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm hoping. If not, I have other things I can play on stream this week.
Until
like, between like Valorant and Fortnite and literally whatever, so it's fine. So watching also The Last of Us. We finished.
Yes, you keep sending me message. Oh, you finished it?
We finished it. We weren't going to, but we realized that for some reason I had it in my head that we were on like episode 4, but then we looked and we were like, we just finished episode 8, and we were like, oh, there's only 1 left.
Oh,
And it's like
we
the
gotta
shortest
talk about it
episodes.
because you sent me certain messages and I was like, "Yep, welcome
When
to this."
I said that last night, and I was like, I just like literally started crying. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's fine. I don't know why. I was like screaming. I was like, no.
Also,
Great.
before I forget, because some people might want to know,
Yes.
my husband said about the part one port of The Last of Us. He believes that it went sideways because they focused on the wrong thing. It's currently the most optimized game for CPU as it takes advantage of more CPU cores than any other game in history. Other than, however, this overkill explains a lot of the issues because even though it can use all these threads, doing it poorly causes way more issues than the performance it gains. I don't know what half of that means, but yeah.
It makes sense, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
so
I don't know. He's the programmer. I'm not. He built my PC.
I know a
snapped
very
something
small
into
amount
place.
that makes some sense
Mhm.
to me. Little tiny bit of
Basically, they tried to make it
and
for
like
the best
okay,
PC,
got it.
and
Anyway.
it even on
Yeah.
the best PC, it's still not working. But whatever.
Yeah. So,
but yep, you finished The Last of Us.
We'll see how it goes. Finish The Last of Us.
We'll talk about it.
It was so good. We'll
Maybe
talk about it. Obviously, it's still new, so I don't want to talk about the details of it. But
yeah, maybe if all of our bonus episode Patreon members have seen it, maybe we'll do a bonus episode on that.
Oh, good idea.
All right. What are you reading?
Reading Still House in Cerulean Sea.
Yep.
So good.
Where are
I
you?
love the vibes of it. I don't remember. 8. I think I just finished 8. Chapter 8. So it's so good. I love the vibes of this game. This book. But anyways, drinking. I'm fucking boring today. It's just water. But I at least washed my water bottle for once.
Nice.
Which I don't know if I've ever shown this. I've got little corgi stickers. So like if you're in the YouTube video.
Yeah.
I got little corgi stickers on my water bottle.
We love them. We could post them on the story.
I'm a Hydro Flask girly. I'm sorry, I'm not getting into the Stanley mug thing.
It's not as good as
a Hydro
ones.
Flask.
What?
I got a Hydro Flask in like 2017 or 2018, and I've stuck with it since.
I stick with Yeti.
It's all broken.
Yeah.
My dire, what is it?
What?
Ride or die.
Ride or die. Your emotional support water bottle.
My emotional support water bottle. I've gotten new lids.
Yeah.
Like I also have like a turquoise one that's pretty, but anyways, water because I'm boring and need to hydrate.
Hey, you need to hydrate. That's what it is.
Need to hydrate. That's all I got.
All right. So we are going to head to break and we'll be back.
See you in a little bit.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
All right, we're going to go into Reddit stories. This is going to be a long episode.
Sounds good.
But I have, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for being honest with my daughter regarding her coding ability?
Ooh.
I, 36 male, am a web developer for many years now and have a lot of experience. About a year ago, my daughter, 9 female, suddenly decided she wanted to learn coding. She asked me to teach her. I declined and explained that this is complicated and I don't have time and would burn out from doing that after work as it is tough, but she was free to learn on her own. We have a whitelist of sites she can access on her laptop, so we weren't afraid of her searching the web. She did teach herself some C++, which is not a language I have used in years and is a bit outdated and not the simplest to pick up. It's been a year and she calls herself Princess Programmer, and it's a little cringy and she likes to wear a nice dress or skirt while working on some simple games she makes. Recently, she overheard one of my work meetings and learned about code reviews and asked me to do one on her newest game, while claiming that Princess Programmer wrote it very well and expects it to be very good. I noticed many issues like bad variable naming conventions, code duplication, using if conditions, return instead of just returning the condition. I told her that the quality sucked compared to anything that could be production code, and that it would be easier to rewrite than fix it. I told her if she wanted to learn more, she could rewrite it with my advice, and the programming is serious and not a game, and she should stop with the outfit and the princess programmer stuff and maybe try an easier language than C++. I see you shaking your head. She cried and threw a tantrum and is upset at me and says I was too mean. My wife is now also upset at me and says I should have lied and said her work was good and told her how to make it better. My wife did do coding in college, but she doesn't do much of it in her job these days. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's being such a fucking prick. She's 9 years old.
Yeah. So I found this story and I sent it to my husband, who is a programmer and works in C++, I believe, or has worked in C++. It's one of the C's. Who knows?
C sharp.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He'll tell me. He'll text me. He live texts me when he's listening to the podcast.
Oh, cute.
This guy's a fucking asshole.
This guy's an asshole. Also, why is she? Okay, why are you expecting production quality code from your 9-year-old child that learned coding by herself? Firstly. Secondly, can you shut up about her wearing the dress and calling herself Princess Programmer? That's the cutest fucking shit I've ever heard.
I'm telling you, and I don't want to speak for him, but I'm going to. My husband would be so proud if our daughter, if she didn't want to, we don't have kids, but if she didn't want to, fine, whatever. But if she wanted to learn, first of all, he would help teach her. I understand the burnout thing. Like, I can understand, but it's like, why can't you just, like, help her or help her find a website? Like, I felt like it was a little like, oh, I don't want to teach you. It feels a little misogynist, to be honest. But
I do.
I
wonder if he would have had the same reaction if it was his son.
I know. And like,
it's neither here nor there.
My fucking husband would be so proud. He would call her Princess Programmer if that's what she called herself.
Literally.
Like, whatever.
Yes.
She's 9 years old. And she picked up C++, and he made it like a big deal, being like, I don't use C++, and it's such a hard language and so outdated. Then you should be more fucking impressed.
Then give her that, and also then give her some like example of what she should be looking.
Exactly. Like, and there's
you gave her no direction. You just said learn it yourself.
Yeah, and so
when she's 9.
Yeah, and I don't know much about programming. I don't. All I did was HTML on my MySpace. Okay, that's all I fucking know. I do want to learn.
You're a coder.
Yeah, I do want to learn. There are apps like Duolingo that are not Duolingo, Mimo. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like a Duolingo, but code. There's so many different things.
That's how I learned how to do Python.
Yeah, I want to learn how to do Python.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, they actually say
I never finished.
They say business majors that's the easiest for them to go over to. I don't know why, but they said Python is the easiest for business majors to go over to.
Python is a pretty easy language to learn.
I don't know if it's an insult or the way that like MIS
It's an insult.
Oh, okay.
It's an insult. They're saying it as an insult.
I saw it as like a legitimate thing. It was like, oh, if you're a programmer, if you're a biologist, if you're this, if you're that.
So, well, I guess it makes sense because Python is the easiest language. It's one of the easiest languages to learn. Obviously, like there's,
I think somebody related it to MIS. That's what Management Information Systems.
Yes, I think if we had done Python in MIS, because I'm the MIS, I had that as my second major. If we had done Python, I think it would have been more useful than doing the very basic C, HTML. It was one class where we did like very minimal C, HTML, and then something else. I literally don't even remember at this point. JavaScript. Or Java, I don't remember.
Yeah.
We would have been better off just doing a full class on Python.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
But we should do like Python together. That'd be fun. Anyway.
I'd be so down.
I did Hello World and then I forgot to go back.
Yeah.
So anyway, like, no, fuck you. Who cares? And like saying like the whole thing, like bad variable naming conventions, like code duplication.
She's 9.
Whatever.
These are things you learn in school.
Yeah.
She's literally just learning.
She's picking up C++. And this is the thing. I don't think he should be like, it's good, whatever. Like,
yeah, I don't think he should lie and be like, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. You did great.
But the fact that he said the quality sucked compared to anything that could be in production code.
That's not the point
Yeah,
here.
I think the way that my husband would approach it, or if I was a programmer, I would approach it, be like, this is good. Like, really excited that you picked this up. Like, I'm proud that you
Yes.
made a
Yes.
game. I think that there's certain things that we could fix. It might be easier to rewrite it, but let's look at fixing it
Yeah.
and learning this. And even if, like, I didn't have time, be like, hey, let me find you a couple courses, or like
Yes.
just looking up code in general or practicing different things. Like, you didn't have to say, like, it's the most amazing thing ever and not
Yeah.
teach her. That's not the point. And,
No,
like,
that's not the point.
I can see her trying so hard to, like, please her dad. Like, she wants to do this. She's excited for this. But, like,
Yes.
oh, code, like, she wanted to learn. Like, she learned what, like, code review was. And it's like,
Yeah, and she just is trying to, like,
the Princess
learn
Programmer
stuff.
is the
This is so
cutest thing
cool.
ever. Cutest thing.
Yeah.
If my
I'm
daughter
so impressed with this.
or son, I don't care. If my son wanted to call him the princess or prince or whatever programmer, cool, whatever. I think it's fun.
Yes.
Wear dresses. Do whatever you want.
I think it's fun. This is also like, this is actually, this has a really even bigger topic because there's a lot of, you know, women in STEM
Yeah.
that I follow on Instagram when I first started school, especially, that were, you know, talking about how, like, a lot of people feel like you have to, like, force yourself to fit into this bubble of, like, the tech bros.
Yeah.
And, like, just wearing graphic tees. And while personally I am like a graphic tees
Yeah.
and like leggings or jeans kind of girly, I love that, like, a lot of women are like, why do we have to, like, you know, make ourselves less feminine and less girly to do
Who
this?
cares?
Like, I
Yeah.
should be able to code and wear a super girly outfit. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
think it's great. I think it's
And
important that we have diversity and variety of different types of people in
I'm
these spaces.
I'm
right?
so happy that there's, and like some people might be like, that's not programming. But like the whole thing of like basically they make toys now that are in a sense are like programming. And
Yes.
one of the ones that I saw that I really hope that they still have or some similar thing is this caterpillar.
Yes,
And
the caterpillar.
yeah, that has
My
different
niece has that.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool.
I like, if for anybody that doesn't know, I believe it's Fisher Price, and they're
I think
little
so.
like segments that lock together, and they're
Yes.
different arrows or different actions. So
Yes.
it's kind of like that, and
you link them together.
Yeah,
and
and
it's
it
like
does
you're coding what you want the caterpillar to
yeah,
do.
and I remember, I
Yes.
can't remember if I'm getting this right, but there was this toy called like Goldilocks or something like that, and it was this girl who came with all these set for like mechanical engineering. And again, we're in an environment, it's still growing and everything, of women in
Yes.
STEM. Like, I was talking to my friend about like Allie Hazelwood, who is a woman in STEM and like has a PhD in neural science. And she's also Italian, so cool. I love Italians. My husband's not Italian, but I am, and he loves me, I think.
There you go.
Depends on the day. But like the whole thing of like women in STEM, and it's so cool. Like,
It is.
and I'm glad that it's growing, but I will say, like, and this is no fault to my husband's department, but they don't have any women in his department. There are, I believe there are women in tech in general, maybe help desk, whatever. But unfortunately, we're still getting to the point to get women in the job field because women are just getting into the degree. Like, he didn't have a lot of people that he graduated that were women. He didn't have a lot of women in his classes. So we're getting there. So happy to get there. And fuck you. If she wants to be programming, I'll buy her all the dresses. If I knew what this person was, I would send her all the dresses. I would make her, if I had a Cricut, I would make her a shirt that says programming, princess programmer.
Princess programmer.
Fuck you.
I love that so much, and I hope that someday she makes like a blog or an Instagram account.
And the fact that he said it's
Princess Programmer,
it's a little cringy.
Cringe? She's 9.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. Were you the epitome of non-cringe when you were 9? No.
Okay. First of all, he's a programmer who's a douche to his daughter and has a little bit
misogyny.
Probably
cringe
he's cringe
right
himself. Anyway.
Ew. Anyways, can we also just talk about how impressive it is that she's making fucking games?
Exactly.
I can't do that.
I can't do that. I can't do that. Anyway.
She's 9.
All right.
Anyways, what did Reddit vote? Is he the asshole?
So he actually deleted it, but somebody copied it and put it in the comments, and so he deleted it, but everybody called him the asshole.
Of course.
Because he is. Because it's like, dude, like, fuck you.
It's like, you're no help here at all. What do you want us to tell you?
Yeah. Like,
you're doing great telling your daughter that her coding sucks.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to say that, again, like, she shouldn't be told how to fix it or where it's not great. Or that he should lie and be like, it's perfect. Somebody says, no one's expecting that. Sounds to me this guy of a 9-year-old is jealous of a 9-year-old learning how to code in C++ all on her own in only 1 year. This guy reeks of mediocre dev with an overblown ego and rock star mentality. He is far too immature for a 36-year-old grown-ass man, much less than a father. Somebody else also commented, should I lay into her for being a junior or for being a girl? OP's dilemma.
Oh my God.
Literally. So, like, is saying the person who wrote it. So, yeah, it was just, I hate him. I hate him. Fuck you.
Yeah, me too. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. And also the way that he kind of said, like, my wife used to code, but it's not in her job. Like, it just, it feels like there's hints of misogyny. Yeah. It's giving misogyny.
It does. It's giving.
All right. Flo, you want to go into yours?
Yeah, that one's pissed me off.
Yeah. No, I felt so much rage, and I sent it to my husband at work. I was literally like, do you have time? Like, are you busy right now? And he's like, not really. I was like, I sent it to him, and I was like, I need your opinion on this. And he's like, this guy's a fucking asshole.
Right. Oh, my God.
Fuck him.
Anyway. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I also have an Am I the Asshole post.
Love it.
So this one is it's related to, like, social media and TikTok. Because, like, I'm obsessed with TikTok, and so I just thought it was funny. Am I the asshole for putting my foot down about my partner listening to Insta and TikTok out loud on her phone in my presence? I, 45 male, cannot stand it when I have to listen to other people's phones. I don't want to hear some random screaming anime-themed thing going on with no context when I'm relaxing in my home, or truthfully in any situation at all. I think it's super rude. My wife, 30 female, does not get this. She is addicted to socials. I respectfully ask her not to play stuff out loud in my presence. I have purchased her several sets of Bluetooth headphones over the years, and we have tons of wired ones kicking around too. I will ask her not to play her socials out loud and tell her how it makes me feel. She will stop for a while, then a few days later, play it at a barely audible volume, then the volume creeps up. Then a week later, she's doing it again. I got stern last night and told her unequivocally that I can't stand it and to please stop. Brought her headphones. She stormed into the bedroom, slammed the door, and we aren't talking this AM. I sometimes enjoy scrolling. I laugh at content. I just don't want to hear yours out loud. I don't subject others to it, and I expect the same. Because of her protests, I only game once a week and use headphones when I do it. Am I the asshole? There's an edit. For anyone criticizing our age gap, shut up. Had someone call me a groomer in here, for fuck's sake. She was well old enough to make up her mind, and we were set up by her family in Canada. Both of our families have been here for generations. I look younger than my age and take care of myself. I understand that her age definitely plays a role in the issue, but if you want to criticize me for the fact that I started dating a 26-year-old at 39, nearly 40, then my friend, you can suck it. Other than this issue, we're living the dream in one of the most beautiful communities in North America. Also, my home was typed in haste. It is absolutely our home. Thanks for nitpicking, though. Thanks to everyone who provided constructive comments and made me feel like less of an asshole. This one's tricky.
Did he say sensory? I feel bad. Did he say sensory or pet peeve? Like sensory issue or pet peeve?
He never even said. He just says, cannot stand it when I have to listen to other people's phones.
Okay. I think this... I personally hate it if I'm laying in bed with Eric and we both have our volume up loud. Or if I don't have my volume up and he has it loud. But the fact that she was having it at barely audible, whatever, like, sound and then turning it up a little bit while he's around, get over it. Put your own headphones in. I'm sorry. Like, sometimes headphones aren't, like... aren't as comfortable. I know he says he has wired, but wired is fine, whatever, but you're limited to where you're holding it. And Bluetooth, especially with TikTok, there's a delay.
Yes.
That's annoying. For me, it's personally
Yes.
annoying. But
Yeah.
if I'm on like a train or whatever or in public, I don't do that. But
this doesn't say whether or not she does it in public.
But the thing is, he complaining about her doing it in her home.
Yeah, in her home. And yeah, I agree with you.
I think he's the asshole. If we're saying
so in
I'm
my
the
opinion,
asshole and he's the ass or not, I think he's the asshole.
Yeah. So if however, I know sometimes they vote everybody sucks.
Yeah.
Here. And I think that might apply to this a little bit because I personally, it depends on how loud it is. If it's like if it's like at full volume, to me that's so obnoxious.
Yep.
Like to me, I'm very much the person that like if I'm listening to something out loud, even like TV, I will adjust it to where I can't hear it and then one above that.
Yeah.
it's like the minimum volume for me at any given time.
I think you're right in that everybody sucks here. I think
because like yeah, it is in her own home, right? This is her home.
I didn't like his edit. His edit felt
I didn't
toxic.
like the edit. I didn't like the edit.
I didn't like the edit. I will say that.
I didn't either.
But
I think that's very weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I get that it's in your own home. It depends on how loud it is. It doesn't feel like communication, and I understand to a point marriage is a compromise, or just like being together, a relationship is a compromise, any type of relationship in a sense.
Yes.
And so like he gave her options, but I also understand not
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I was just so ready to call him an asshole because I hated his edit.
Because I know. But the edit really.
I'm not. I get it being a pet peeve, and the reason I asked if it's a sensory issue, I don't want to say it's not valid if it's not a sensory issue, but I also understand if it's like this causes a breakdown.
Yes. Oh, 100% agree with you.
But also, I don't know, the way he said in my presence, I don't know, the wording really set me off. But like
it felt like this is my space, my rules. Like he's not willing to compromise at all either.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe
he bought her Bluetooth headphones. First of all, the delay sucks. We have wired ones kicking around. Not all phones have that. And the dongle sucks.
Yeah, literally.
And you're limited by that. Nope. You have to use the dongle.
Like an aux port. Yeah.
Nope. Makes me sad that that's not a thing anymore, but whatever. It's just like I get that it might be seen as a compromise because it's like I don't know. I could see like him saying like, well, I bought Bluetooth headphones and this and that. And it's like, sometimes headphones aren't comfortable. Sometimes after a while you don't want to wear them. They hurt your ears. Sometimes you don't want to like move from the couch and watch it. And I just feel like, sometimes if it's, I feel like it shouldn't be an all the time thing. I think it should be a little bit of compromise, being like, we're on the couch, whatever. And if she's relaxing and whatever, then you get up and move to a different room.
Yeah. So Reddit voted this guy not the asshole.
Really?
Which is interesting. Yeah. I don't know if that was voted before the edit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like just the edit just like turned.
I just feel like completely. You can't vote like not enough information. I personally would like to know how loud. Because I understand the loud, but I don't know. The edit set me off. The wording set me off. But I kind of think everybody sucks here. I just think it's a weird situation that there's no compromise on either side.
Yeah.
Again, I know there's compromise for him buying her. First of all, if you're married, it's married, right?
Yeah.
If they're married, like, it's the same money. Anyway, I won't go there. But, like, him getting her Bluetooth headphones and whatever. Like, I get that might seem like a compromise. But, like, I don't know. It feels judgmental. Yeah. So I just kind of feel like...
I also really liked this comment that I just saw. And it goes, it's weird to me that you decided she can never listen to anything on her phone without headphones if you can hear it in what is also her home. I do get being annoyed by hearing audio for stuff you don't like or don't know about, but then you say because of her protests, you limit your gaming, so you didn't seem to think she shouldn't have to hear your game without headphones until she complained. You say you've told her how you feel, but offer nothing that she said in return or any other part of the conversation. Did she explain why she's resisting the headphones? Did you both come up with other ideas or compromises?
Yeah, I agree completely with that.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of everybody sucks here, but I don't know. The guy kind of seems I think the guy's kind of an asshole just in general with that edit. And being like, I live in the best place in freaking blah, 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 North America.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A weird one.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird one. All right.
Yeah. I also have a little bit of bias because I'm not going to lie, my dad does this.
Okay, dads do this. I feel like that's a universal.
And it's like at max volume.
Max
it's like,
volume.
Okay.
I love my dad.
In public too, anywhere.
Oh, really? In public is a pet peeve. My dad, I love him, but sometimes watching movies with him because he's not having hearing problems yet, but I feel like he's slightly having.
It's like, going.
God damn it! Like no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move to the fuck, marry, kills.
Sounds good. What you got?
All right. Fuck, marry, kill. All right. Drive-in theater. Standard theater. I don't know if this is common everywhere. Theater that has food in tables.
Oh, okay.
So in the New England kind of main area,
like
it's called
like
Schmitty's.
the AMC ones?
No, so not okay. So I'm gonna explain this a little bit.
I'm looking this up.
Actually, I had something different, but I'm gonna change it because I don't know if it's a universal experience. Anyway, so I'm gonna do drive-in, theaters, and at-home streaming. That's what I originally did.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's a little bit more relatable.
Okay, that's interesting. I've never seen that theater.
So
I'm looking it up and that's interesting.
In Mass and New Hampshire, there's this brand called Chunky's. It's a franchise, and basically for people who don't understand, and there's also Smitty's in Maine and New Hampshire, where it's a bunch of like office chairs. In Chunky's, it is old like car chairs, from minivans. So in Smitty's, it's a bunch of office chairs, and there's two different options. So there's like a table that can fit a bunch of people, or there's like a bar, and you can order food. And I know at newer theaters too, like AMC and stuff like that, you can order food and there's like a little tray. But like this, it's like a restaurant movie experience.
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting.
So, but we won't use it because I don't know if it's a universal experience. Definitely let me know, guys, in like the comments of YouTube
I've never had
that.
I've never seen that before. This, however, does remind me. I'm gonna go off on a minor side tangent before we get into it. This is the side tangent episode. This reminds me of in Disney World in Hollywood Studios, there's a restaurant called the Sci-Fi Dine-In. And what there are is like, they're like, it's just a restaurant that has like a big movie screen on one end. And then the tables are themed like little cars. Like you sit in cars and there's like a table in front of you. And then there's the front seat and there's a table in front of you. They're like old timey looking cars. And it's pretty cute. And they just play like I think they play like shorter films or something in there, like black and white stuff. I don't really know. I've never been personally, but I've always wanted to. And to me, that reminds me of like, it's like a combination of all of the above.
I'll have to put like pictures in like the Insta story and like Discord and whatever. Yeah. But I will say for me, I sometimes like it. The closest theater to me is one of those like 15 minutes. But there's certain movies I don't want to do it for.
Yeah. I get that.
Anyway.
I get that.
So we'll do drive-in, diners and no, just kidding. Drive-in, theaters, and streaming, like at home. Okay. So couch.
All right. So fuck, marry, kill, drive-in theater, standard movie theater, at home streaming. Okay. I'm gonna fuck drive-in.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry at home streaming, which is crazy, and I'm gonna kill standard movie theaters. Now, I want to be clear. I do understand, the box office thing and people's payments being based off of box office thing, like the whole Scarlett Johansson thing suing Disney when that came out. I get it. But also, these people are so rich.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for them that much. If I'm being
also adjust the industry. I know. Adjust the industry.
Adjust the industry. Adjust the thing. It's not my problem.
After 2020, we should have.
I'm a consumer.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Deal with your problems.
Yeah.
I want to sit in my own goddamn house and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love the drive-in, but to me, it's very specific situations. I like going and watching like older movies, like movies
Mm-hmm.
I've seen before, because like I said, during the like 2020, I was going to the drive-in to see a lot of new movies, and like it was always either raining or like if you had the AC on, your windows would get all fogged up and you can't see the fucking movie. So I'm like, well, what am I here seeing a new movie and I can't see it?
Yeah.
So it's annoying. But if I'm going to see, like, there was one time I saw it was like a themed night, and it was like Jaws and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And like those are old movies. Those are movies I've seen before, and it was nice. I really liked that. So to me, drive-in or like, oh my god, drive-in Halloween. They always will do like Hocus Pocus and like Nightmare
Yeah.
Before Christmas or something. You know what I mean? And to me, I love that. I love that so much. So like for specific events, drive-in, and that's why it's a fuck. I do like just the comfort of sitting in my own home watching a movie. I used to love going to the movie theater, and I don't know if it's just like an age thing or like the crowds at the theaters nearby. It's like always just like a bunch of kids, and they're like not little kids, but like teenagers, and they're like
I
being loud and obnoxious and like messy, and the
I
chairs are like sticky.
hated
I'm
the
like,
one that was near us. I won't say which
yeah,
one
that one was bad.
until it got updated. Because they got
Oh,
updated to the
see, and
cushy chairs and everything.
yeah, and they were nice,
Yeah. But it's still a weird
but
location.
they've already gotten old.
Yeah. I won't go
Yeah,
into
so
that, but
that's
yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna kill standard movie theaters just because I don't know. I know. Sometimes something about going to the movie is nice, but like I'd rather do anything else.
Yeah. I
I'm gonna
think
kill
I
standard.
have
What
the
about you?
same answer. I don't know. I'm so
Ooh.
conflicted. So I grew up going to the movies. Like that's like drive-ins in New Hampshire, New England. It's hard because the weather gets like so different. It's
Yeah.
seasonal. Like so. Like we used to do drive-ins a little bit, but theaters was the thing. And like if we wanted to see a movie, like my parents have a favorite theater, different places.
Yep.
Like I still like going for certain things. For me, there's certain things that I will go see in theaters because it's so important to me. No Way
Yeah.
Home, I saw in theaters.
I
And
get
there's
that.
certain ones that I feel like are a
That's
great
true.
theater experience.
That's true.
One of them, surprisingly, A Quiet Place was a great theater experience for me.
I've heard that
because it was so
it's
different.
like an isolated environment.
Yeah, and also
for that
like
movie.
I was surprised because I mean, it's rated R or maybe it's PG-13, but like everybody was like quiet.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I was sobbing at one point, but well, it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna have to kill it. I love going to the movies. That was one of my favorite like activities doing as a kid. But again, I kind of agree with you now. It's like I can't always focus in. And now I used to hate when people had captions on and subtitles.
Me too.
But I fucking can't watch anything without them now.
Me too. I'm weird. So it's weird because sometimes I'll turn them off. So like when I was watching The Last of Us, when we were watching Last of Us, we noticed that there would be a sound happening and it would say clicker noise. And it's like, oh, okay, now I know that's a clicker. I wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And it was like kind of spoily.
I knew what a clicker.
And so
yeah,
we
yeah,
turned
gotcha,
them off.
Gotcha.
So like depending on the context, but like if it's like a show or like a movie, like I'm just watching, I'll put on the captions because like it's just easier.
I will say there is technically a difference, and I might get it wrong. So subtitles are ones that people go in and do, and closed captions are ones that are auto-generated.
Okay.
So if the words
I've never noticed when we put them on.
So if the words are going wrong, they're used interchangeably. They really are. But I will say, I know for the hard of hearing community, it is a big difference. So for me,
I totally understand.
If they're auto-generated and there's so many errors in it, I can't do it.
No,
Also,
because then you're reading something different than you're hearing, and it's like defeats the purpose.
I will say Netflix and certain streaming services are really good about moving them out of the way if there's certain things.
Yes.
But there's some, like when I was watching Hell's Kitchen, when like these celebrities came in, like, and they would say where they're from and their name, like it would block it. And I'm like, wait, who is, or like, where are they from? Whatever.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, for me, that's definitely, it's hard for me not to watch without subtitles now. And I even went to go see Bob's Burgers, the movie, in theaters.
And you were like missing the subtitles.
Yeah. And there was one point where this guy was singing and it was so high pitched that I was like, I can't understand any of this.
Right.
But I do know, I believe it's more reserved for hard of hearing. They do have caption machines at most movie theaters where it fits in your cup holder and it's a little thing that you can like bend on an arm and it has captions so you can put it at the bottom of the screen.
Interesting.
In front of your face. I don't think I would use it because I would want it to be reserved for hard of hearing because they only have so many and this and that. But yeah, I wish because they have like showings that are like made for kids or sensory showings where like the lights are up or the sound is. I'm like, I wish they had like subtitle showings.
Right.
But anyway, sorry. So theaters, it's a little bit harder for me now, but there's certain ones I will go into theaters.
I get that.
I'm gonna fuck a drive-in because it's like fun.
Yes, it's like vibey. Like I'm there. I'm bringing like a whole pizza.
Yeah, a blanket
and a bunch of snacks
and this and that.
Yep.
And this is an explicit podcast. There's also like opportunity to be a little spicy, not like bad spicy because you're in public, but like. It feels fair. Like, especially because I wouldn't watch a movie that's like new or like No Way Home if I haven't seen it.
Oh,
that. Again, it's like
which was my mistake.
Yeah, like I would want to see one that is like I've seen before or one that's like not that serious. So it's like I feel like if you want to make out for a little bit, it's not as like looked bad upon when you're in a theater. Be responsible, people, and don't do things in public you shouldn't. But like,
of course,
if you want to make out for a second, or be like, maybe if it's intermission, because I do intermission sometimes, especially
between like the double features,
like make out a little bit. It's in your own car.
That's actually pretty cute. That's a good point.
And then marrying streaming, I like that certain ones are coming right to streaming services when they come out. Like I keep looking up when certain movies are coming to streaming services because I'm like, I just want to watch it at home. I want subtitles. I want to be able to pause it if I have to go to the bathroom. I want to be able to get.
I don't even mind when Disney Plus does like the premium movie thing where it's like pay $30 or whatever. Yeah. Because like to me it's like it feels like I'm going to the movies.
I don't mind. Like I'll rent and or buy movies
a little early.
Yeah. Like I'll do it on YouTube, like rent or buy or whatever. But I'm gonna marry that because I can have an optimal thing. If I had my dream house, I would have a theater room.
Yes.
So that's like my dream. That would be like.
So that would be ideal.
If I won the lottery, I would make that. So
absolutely.
Sorry, I probably went into way too much explanation.
No, that's okay. This is literally the side tangent episode.
Yeah. It really is. I hope you guys like how long this is. We also have to record the bonus podcast after this.
I know.
We're going to take a break in between. All right. So what's your fuck, marry, kill? Do you have one?
So mine actually are movie related.
Oh, really? I wanted to say movie, but I didn't
keep doing this.
I don't know. We're just synced.
We really are. Anyways, okay. So mine are I was inspired earlier. I didn't have it prepared until we were chatting earlier. Star Wars movies. Originals, prequels, sequels.
Okay. Ooh.
I don't even have my answers yet. I'm trying to decide.
Okay, so I'm going to marry the originals, fuck the sequels, kill the prequels. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to go quick, short. Is yours the same?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the sequels are fun. You know what would have been hard for me is if technically Rogue One was in the sequels, because it's not. Technically, it's in between. the
Rogue
original,
One?
yeah,
The
in between the
prequels, right?
prequels, yeah.
Yeah.
I just side tangent again.
I love Rogue One.
That is one of the movies that I suggest if people haven't watched Star Wars and want to get into Star Wars, that's what I suggest people showing or like showing their friends because it is a heist movie in the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
And you don't need to know that much about the Star Wars universe to enjoy it.
Yes.
Like my friend Sam didn't get into Star Wars for a long time. Her boyfriend is really into it. And I was like, show her Rogue One. And she's like, oh. So Rogue One is like, it's in my opinion, it's a heist movie that has Star Wars elements.
I fucking love Rogue One.
It's one of my favorites. Good. Yeah, that's why I was glad that they did like Andor and that kind of like.
Yes.
Yeah. It's such a sad story. I've been reading tragic, really. I haven't in a while, but the Princess Leia comics, which happened after, spoiler for the originals, I guess, after they blow up her planet and she like goes and searches for other people that were not on the planet when it was destroyed and like building her community and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna marry the originals. We had like the special VHS version. We had like so important to me. I have to get the original edits because there's certain scenes and certain things that they changed in the streaming version now that I can't watch that. Personally, it's not what I want to watch.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
Because I've only watched them recently.
Yeah, there's a Jabba the Hutt to see what they were version.
Like yes. Yes.
They're seeing.
Because he used to be a person. Like,
yeah, right? They added like a CGI thing in. I also love, like, I don't mind that they edited out of like some of the little mistakes, but like you could see a wire to one of the lightsabers under a sleeve or whatever. But I love that stuff. I also love finding continuity errors because I'm like, haha.
Oh, me too. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, haha, got ya.
It would bother me if it like really fucked up the story. Like plot holes, but continuity errors,
it's like, who cares? It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's why it's the streaming stuff when they like take back and edit the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm obsessed with Carrie Fisher. I've read one of her books. I want to read more. She had bipolar disorder. And as somebody with bipolar disorder, the way that she's explained it and advocated for it and everything, I really relate to that. I actually, behind here and in my car, I'll show it in the YouTube version. I have a little Princess Leia in, I guess it's kind of her Hoth outfit. Like little toy that was from Five Below. I would love to get like an actual figurine or whatever, but I hadn't. And so I bought one and I thought I lost it, but it was actually in my car. And so I was like, oh, I bought another one. So I put it here. Star Wars means so much to me. It was a way that I bonded with my family. My mom and dad went and saw it in theaters. Like, both of my parents are surprisingly also Star Trek fans because some people are like, Star Trek and Star Wars fight against each other, whatever. Like, my parents were into sci-fi. Like, my love for that stuff is also ingrained in that connection with my family, everything like that. Like, I'm going to kill the prequels because, again, I have some issues with it. It's not my favorite. The CGI bothered me. I understand they wanted to use more CGI because it was coming out and they did all these things, but the CGI really does bother me. And it bothered me when it came out because I know a lot of people are like, don't judge it now because I'll watch the fucking Lord of the Rings and some of the fucking CGI is so bad. There's like, go and watch the first Toy Story. Holy shit. That, like, I know it's not CGI, but the animation, like, Andy is cursed.
It's cursed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's cursed. Yeah. So for me, again, I know that's animation, not CGI. I didn't like the CGI at the time. I'm gonna be honest. I have never seen, and people can judge me. I have never seen Revenge of the Sith, the third one, all the way through. I tried. I couldn't until I watched the edit that was like all of them put together. So I'm going to kill them. I did have a crush on the little kid that played Anakin in the first one. I love the pod
it makes
racing
sense.
thing. I
Yes,
love
me too.
the these are not the droids that you're like a lot more of the meta. Like again, there's a lot of things that were retconned, and like Clone Wars kind of came out of it, the TV show, which is an amazing TV show.
I have yet to watch this, but
I've watched a couple episodes. It's a great TV show so far, but I gotta send you a link to the order that you actually have to watch it in.
Oh, okay.
Because like the way that they put it in, I don't know. It's weird, but anyway.
Okay.
I am like I just got to kill the prequels. Sequels, I said it was going to be a short explanation. It's not. Sequels, I think are fun. I do think that they got a little messy, but they think they're fun. I love Daisy Ridley. I love Rey. I love majority of her arc. I hate one thing, 5 minutes of the last movie.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't want to spoil it, but there's one thing that I loved that a lot of people were upset about. And it's like, it's found family instead of your family and whatever. There was a lot of retconning and stuff like that. But I loved all those people. I love the guy who plays Finn. I think his name is John Boyega. I might be pronouncing that wrong. I love him. I love Poe. Kind of love that bromance. Yeah. I liked the person that played Rose, and so many people hated on her. She left social media because of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She was the Asian woman in the second movie.
Yes. Yes.
So a lot of people, she went off social media. Mark Hamill like roasted people for it. Yeah. So like I like the sequels. It's a fuck, but I gotta marry the originals. They're near and dear to my heart. They're what I love. I love those characters the most. I love Rey. Mm-hmm. I love Rey. I love Rey in the first movie. I love how they portray her. I love the music that goes with her because I'm a huge music and score nerd. But yeah.
I totally understand. I have the same answers. Mine will be quick because to be fair, like I said, I'm still new to these, and like I'm like they're all new to me. Yeah, you know what I mean. Whether they were the prequels, the originals, the sequels. I'm still gonna pick fuck for the sequels because to me they're the most like fun. They're what got me into it. And again, what got me into it was more the fact that like I liked them, and then I started reading fanfic about them. You know what I mean? And it to me that obviously.
I just don't agree with one of your ships. That's it. And I won't.
That's fine, but to me, it's outside of the
No,
story.
I guess.
I'm like one who my fanfic universe, it's everything's AU. You know what I mean? It's alternate. It's not part of, I don't believe anything of that is canon.
I will read Love Hypothesis. I don't mind it in that. My gripe with it is because they were setting it. I don't know if this is spoilers. They were setting it up to be something very different for me and something that was in books, which books weren't canon, but something that was in books and setting it up to be so different for me. And then it just went romance and
it felt like fan service.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a huge fan of, ironically. So I get that.
And I also, I can't see Adam Driver as attractive. He is an attractive man. But I think I said this on the pod before. Because the first thing
he's attractive because he's a little weird looking.
No, this is the thing. He's an attractive man. The first thing I truly saw him in was Star Wars. And
yes, me too.
Spoiler for his original name, it's in the first one. His name is Ben.
Oh,
I've said this on the pod, I think, before. And Han Solo calls out Ben, and he turns around, and my brother's name is Ben, and I was giggling in the theater because all I could think of is when my dad yelled at my brother. And I just couldn't.
And so it's like it gave you the ick.
Yeah, it gave me the ick a little bit.
In a way that
because
it made you
he doesn't look like my brother, but he was also kind of like that nerdy build of my brother. So I'm just like, nope. But Adam Driver, wonderful man, wonderful actor, really like him. And I think that he is conventionally attractive, everything like that. But it was the ick for my
I totally get that.
I was giggling in the theater, and so many people were like crying because he's named after Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like they implied it again. I'm sorry, this is spoilers. But like everybody was like, it's been a while. And so I was like, I'm like, everybody's crying and being like, oh my God. And I'm over here, I'm like, Like, I've heard that a million times in my own home.
Right.
Ben.
Right.
Ben.
That's so funny.
It was Benjamin if they were really mad. Anyway, he doesn't listen. Whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna marry the originals again, even though like I didn't grow up with them or anything. To me, they're really good. I really, really like the originals, and like something about them feels special.
Yeah,
like, you can tell.
Again, they were kind of that like, what do you call them? They were kind of like, they weren't trying to be anything special, but they were special.
But they are. But because of that, they are.
They kind of,
Whereas like everything now, they know this is Star Wars. This is part of a big giant franchise.
Yeah.
Whereas those movies were like, they were what they were.
Yeah. And my parents were jealous that we got a Star Wars movie like every year when the sequels came out, because they had to wait 3 years for each one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because even when the sequels came out, it was like a sequel movie, a Star Wars story, a sequel movie, Star Wars story, a sequel movie, right? Because it was like movie, solo movie, Rogue One movie, or vice versa.
The original one came out in 1977, 2 years before my parents met. Then the the original. So 5 came out in 1977, 6 came out in 1980, and 7 came.
No, 4, 5, 6.
Sorry, 4, 5, 6. Yep, the last one came out in 1983, which is the year my parents got married. So sorry, I know that because they went and saw it the year that they got married. Yeah, I'm good with dates. I also this is trivia shit. So yeah.
But yeah, then I'm gonna kill the prequels just because they're not my favorite. They're good. I like them.
Yeah,
but they're not my favorite.
I hate that Hayden Christensen got so much hate, and also the guy that played Jar Jar Binks. Like,
yes.
Trigger warning for self-unaliving, but he was so depressed and so much hate that he had suicidal ideations and a plan, and somebody saved him from that, and he now replays a different character in Star Wars, and he's doing so much better, but he like left acting, like had a really horrible. Because of all the hate, and that's why I sometimes hate the Star Wars fandom. Hot take. Sometimes
What was the hate with Jar Jar? We don't have to discuss,
because people don't like Jar Jar Binks because they thought he was like a ridiculous character. Yeah,
I think he's something so charming about him.
He's goofy. I can understand that like people think that he was just like a weird character and whatever, and he was kind of. I will say like some of the stuff was a little annoying, but like, but there was people like unfortunately.
C-3PO is fucking annoying sometimes.
Oh
sometimes
God,
I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Love C-3PO, but also goddamn, like shut up.
Yeah.
But, like, people didn't like him and thought he wasn't a good addition and, like, were hating on the prequels and giving him so much hate that he did have
just, like, attached actors to their
and he's doing so well. And I don't actually know the name of the character, but I know that he's replaying a way different character in the most recent Mando season.
Oh, okay. The one that's... Did it finish yet? I haven't finished watching it. I watched the first,
it hasn't finished yet. So
okay.
Anyway,
all right.
But yeah,
good to know. But yeah, those are
all right. So, oh my God, people, Natalie is gonna be
so. Anyway, the 3-hour episode.
Natalie is gonna be so fucking excited. Shout out to Natalie, who also has a podcast called the Easily Distracted Podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's about going down rabbit holes and tangents and everything like that. Link will be in the show notes. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful podcast. But she's always like, I want like 3 episodes a week. And I'm like, girl, in the future. Hello Fresh sponsor, maybe. No, just kidding. Yeah, like if once we can sustain, then we'll go. But yeah, no, she's gonna be so happy, and also egg rolls. He's gonna be like, yes. So I'm sorry if anybody was like, damn, this is way too long, but you know what? Whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go into socials. I will go super quick. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, HotXNudesPod. Patreon, HotXNudesPod. It's patreon.com, HotXNudesPod. For $1 a month, you get ad-free episodes when we start getting ads, as well as exclusive Discord rules and Discord channels. where we have daily fuck, marry, kills, weekly powered, stuff like that. And then for the $3 a month, you get the book club. We're going to do the book club. And then a bonus episode monthly, a monthly bonus episode that will be actually recorded soon. So we'll have that out on Wednesday. So if you're listening to this on Tuesday and you're exclusive hottie, or exclusive hottie, you'll get that on Wednesday. So you can also email us at hotxnudespod@gmail.com. But yeah, basically hotxnudespod everywhere. And on Instagram and TikTok, or on TikTok especially, we post kind of like the fuck, marry, kills and the Reddit stories, as well as YouTube. We do that. So if you don't have time but want to hear the Reddit stories before you're able to listen to the whole podcast, we usually post those within the same week that we do that. I need to catch up. But yeah, anything you want to say before we leave, Flo?
Well, we have our streamer of the week.
Oh, shit! Streamer of the week. Fun. I don't have, that's the thing. I didn't bring up, like, we have a weekly format that, like, I put into a thing and I don't have it up. I'm an idiot.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed with you the way
you're
doing this without it, because I have it in front of me.
Yeah. So streamer of the week is Maybebees, Maybebees. She's a wonderful streamer. She does DBD. She does a bunch of different games. Variety streamer, really lovely. I met her through a DBD game. She had TTV in her thing, and I
remember
followed
that,
her, and then we played games together. She's really sweet, really great, and definitely check her out. She's a great vibe.
Oh, they played Gris recently too.
Yeah, they played Gris recently too. I saw that too.
God.
So definitely check out Maybebees, twitch.tv/MAYBEBEES. So definitely check that out. Flo, do you have anything you want to say before we go?
No, now that's everything.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys later.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.